Good day, guys. Again, this is Freeman from Free-Techno Enterprises. Today we are going to be talking about the data types in Java programming. So I just want us to get along with this and then just get to do something serious. So data types in Java we have two kinds of data types. We have primitive and non-primitive data types. Those are the two kinds we have. The primitives ones, those are the predefined data types, that which when you are programming, you will call them from the Java libraries. They are there in your Java language. Those are the predefined primitive data types. But the non-primitive ones are those that you create them and call them. We also call them reference variables in Java programming because they are defined by the user and they are also called by the programmer, not the user, because the user in most instances of programming, the user is the end user, the one who uses the system. So the programmer, you should differentiate between the programmer and the user. The programmer is you and the user are those ones you are making the systems for. So those are your users and you are the programmer. So I was saying that non-primitive data types are those that are defined by you as a programmer. So maybe to give some of our primitive data types, we have integers, we have strings, we have our characters, we have our booleans, we have our bytes, we have our short, we have our long, int. Those are int, the long and the short, they are of int type, yes. And we have our float and the double. There are 8 of them in total. The primitive data types, those are predefined ones that which you will find in your language. When you need to call them, you just call them like an integer. I could just call it here like maybe like say I want to declare a variable of data type integer. I could just say int num and then call it maybe 12. I need to 12. This is a variable. We will talk about variables in coming tutorials. This is a initializer and this is the data type. The integer is a data type. We can also declare a string. String can be this string my name and then okay, I like making this. I'm gonna explain it to you. Why am I doing this? You know, this capital letter and small letter here, I like doing it, and I'm going to explain it to you. It is actually one standard way of programming, so I'm going to do it. So you can assign here your name. Maybe let me say Freeman. This is my name. I can also declare data type of a character like value one, yes, value one, like this, and then I give it to when you're declaring characters, it is not like this as the strings here. You do not have to give it this double quotes, but in characters we use single quotes. Just click once and then we give that a value to be v, and then it's okay. Then we can terminate your statement. And these are data types, the integer, string, and the character, and these are variables, my name and value one, and these are the initializers. But Java could also allows declaring a variable and not initializing it at the same time. Like this, I could declare this is boolean and this boolean is true. It's true, you know, it's true, and then I'm not initializing it like this. It is also taken as a declared variable, this one, and this is also a data type of a bool type. So you don't have to declare it at the beginning if you want, but if you do want, you can declare and initialize it in the beginning. These ones are initialized and these ones are not initialized. They are not used, they are never used, these ones, but they are initialized. But this one is never initialized. If you want to initialize it along the method, then you can say is true and then equals to maybe false. Use false, and then because this is a boolean, it takes two values. It should be false or true. It should take two values, strictly two, false or true. This one takes only characters like this. This v, it takes only characters. When you like this variable, this variable, if you these are a string of characters. This is the first character, the second character, the third character, the fourth character, the fifth character, and so on and so forth. But this one is a string because here is one name. So I think you get that difference between this character and the string. This is a string and these are characters. The variable are characters because we have differentiated them from each other. Those are characters, and you may want to display characters when programming your when coding programs. You may want to display characters or may want to use characters, so you need this data type, the char type. But if you want to use strings, just strings of text, you may use this string data type, this one. So I think that is fine. Integers just takes numbers. Those are numbers. We call them those are just integers from short int to long int. The short int, maybe if I can hint, just a brief hint, they start from negative 32,768, which is this number, or maybe I should type it down, negative 32,768, like this. This is the where they start, and they range to maybe, let me say, 32,000 positive 768 like this. This is where the integers start. Maybe let me I mean 6. I want to cancel this, which makes us to have an error. So they begin from negative 32,768 to 32,768 positive, and we say those values inside this inside this range, we call them short integers. And the long integer, those are the big numbers which start from negative 9, or 9, maybe let me say negative 9 billion, to say, because it's a long number. But you do not need all that information. I'm just sharing it to you. It starts from negative 9 billion. It means a long number, and the range is from to the positive of this number, which is 9, about 9 2 to 3 372. It's a long number. You don't have to master it, but it's a long number. Those we call it the long int data types. The range from here to here is a long int. Then we have other data types. The table, which is those are floating point numbers or decimal point numbers. These are numbers like 2 point let me say 2.30. That is a double. Maybe let me say 5.6. That is a double because it has this floating point number or this decimal line. We call it a double, or they are of the family, the float number, the floating family numbers is called that. Okay, these are all the primitive data types. Maybe if you want to make a non-primitive data type, I have my class here which is called Freeman. We could just call Freeman here. I mean person here. No, I said Freeman. I wanted to say person. This my class is person. We could just call this class here. Let me say person, and assign a value to it. Let me say a name, a name like this. And then set a new person like this, and then just close the statement. And then when you want to make a data type of this class that you have created as a programmer, you are going to use this object a name. And then in this object you take is as this boolean. Take this as this boolean. The difference between this is that this one is created by you and this one you find is in Java. That is why this one is highlighted in this color in IntelliJ. Other IDEs will highlight it in different color, but here I've chosen these colors. You can do it if you want to manage your IntelliJ, you can choose other themes, or maybe choose a dark color, or choose this Microsoft light, but I'm using dark color here, so this is why it is highlighted in this color. So you may want to use them like that. So I think you might be now a bit clear about data types, but then a lot more you are going to learn while we are going through our tutorials, which we are going to start on variables in the following tutorials. So thank you guys, have a good day. I'll be back to you with the variables tutorials. That is where you are going to see how to we use and declare variables, and how to use these data types to make variables. So stay tuned guys for the next tutorials. I will be back in a minute. Thanks, have a good day.